the capital of German Bavaria. Munich is a lively city with a modern and forward-thinking attitude combined with a historic appearance. It is known for its splendid architecture, especially the charming old town that has been reconstructed to appear almost exactly as it did at the end of the 19th century. Munich is a fun-loving city known for its seasonal festivals and rich cultural calendar. So along with visiting the beautiful churches and outstanding museums and palaces, you should spend some time enjoying life with the locals at a festival or a colorful market. Munich residents also enjoy their many public parks and gardens, in particular, the lovely 900-acre English Garden. There's no need to lose tons of time planning your trip, though. We've created this awesome video of the best places to visit in Munich to help you out. Your travel planning will be a breeze, and you won't need to miss any of the hotspots in Munich, even if time is limited. 1. Marienplatz and the Neues Rathaus, located in the Old Town. One of the oldest neighborhoods in Munich, Marienplatz was a market in the late 1150s. The whole Old Town area is a historical monument on the Bavarian Historical Monument List. While lots of the historic buildings were destroyed during World War II, the area has been rebuilt in keeping with its former appearance. Fairy tale-like buildings line the medieval-style streets, and it is home to many of the most famous places in Munich. The appearance is very different to many other cities around Germany, and visitors can spend several hours simply wandering around and admiring the pretty sights. Marienplatz is definitely an Old Town highlight. Stand in Marienplatz and marvel at the stunning and impressive new city hall. The Munich must-see is a Neo-Gothic treasure, and you can take the elevator up the tower for splendid city views. Don't miss watching the delightful glockenspiel in action with its charming dancing and jousting figures. See the old town hall at the other side of the elegant square and gaze up at the Mariensaal column, dedicated to the Virgin Mary. 2. Nymphenburg Palace, the summer home of the royal Wittelsbach family. This Baroque palace is not to be missed while exploring the Bavarian city. With lavishly decorated interiors and sumptuous period rooms, this palace, though regarded as not the best form of Baroque architecture, is yet quite impressive. As you explore the ground floor and first floor of interiors of the palace, amidst antechambers and apartments, what is striking is the two gallery of beauties, one of Max Emanuel and the other dedicated to Ludwig. One of the portraits here is of Irish Lola Montes. Ludwig's alliance with her triggered the Revolution of 1848. The second floor is closed for the public since the Duke of Bavaria still resides here. It is said that the ideal time to visit the Nymphenburg Palace is during the summer months, when the garden is in full bloom and vivid hues. Be sure to be devoting almost an entire day in exploring the several attractions in the palace complex, or just spending leisure time in the park. 3. Viktualienmarkt. Munich's best outdoor market is bustling Viktualienmarkt, in the heart of the city's old town. Over 200 years old, it's one of the must-see sights in Munich, popular with locals and tourists alike. There are around 140 beautiful stalls and shops selling everything from flowers and plants, fruits and veg, meat, and Bavarian delicacies. Even the city's chefs fill their baskets with ingredients here. It's also a great place to stop for a coffee, bite to eat, or a beer, as it has its own beer garden that can seat 600. You're never too far from a beer garden in Munich. The market is open Monday to Saturday from around 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. When the market grew too big in Marienplatz, King Maximilian I moved the market in 1807. It has expanded and grown over the centuries and is Munich's favorite shopping and gathering place. 4. The Olympic Park. While many former Olympic venues around the world tend to be forgotten, Munich's 1972 Olympic Park is still a popular day out. The park is a massive activity center where you can ride a zip line over the iconic stadium, take part in water sports on the lake, and ski on the hill in winter. There are also fairground amusements in summer, and no lack of places to grab a snack or meal. The park has also witnessed some historic events, one grim, like the Munich massacre of 11 Israeli team members in 1972. And you can still visit Building 31, where the Israeli team was staying. On a lighter note, the Olympic Stadium was also the scene of one of the most memorable World Cup finals in 1974, when Germany came from behind to defeat Netherlands by 2-1. 5. St. Peter's Church. Munich has some of the most beautiful churches in Europe, and one of the favorites is St. Peter's Church right by the side of Marienplatz. St. Peter's Church is a Catholic church located in Munich city center. St. Peter's Church was started in the 12th century and is the city's oldest church. It was rebuilt and renovated several times following the fire of 1368 and the Second World War, which is why you will now see a Gothic structure complete with a Baroque high altar and some beautiful ceiling frescoes in the Rococo style. The Romanesque style church hosts services several times each day, and it's well worth attending one to admire the interior of the building. St. Peter's has a tall tower that you can climb up to get some stunning views of the city. Locals fondly refer to this 300 steps tower as Alter Peter, and it is one of Munich's most remarkable landmarks. 6. Frdrickirche. Not far from the centrally located Marienplatz in Munich's Old Town stands Frdrickirche. Its onion-domed twin towers dominate the skyline, as no other building in the central city is as tall. This late Gothic brick structure has even wider acclaim, since by way of a referendum, Munchners voted to restrict all new buildings to a height lesser than that of the Twin Towers for all buildings in the city's Middle Ring Road. This church also suffered heavy destruction during the Second World War and was restored over the years. An intriguing feature in this church is the Teufelsschritt, or Devil's Footprint, which is a large imprint of a foot with lures attached to it. Best told by the locals, the cathedral houses a black marble tomb, the resting place of Emperor Ludwig of Bavaria, amidst other treasures. You can climb up to the observation platform of the South Tower for a magnificent view of the city. 7. Michaelskirche, or St. Michael's Church. The largest Renaissance church north of the Alps, St. Michael's was completed in 1597 with a high barrel-vaulted roof in the nave. Usually Renaissance churches have towers, but you won't find one at Michaelskirche or St. Michael's Church. During its construction, the tower fell. Patron Duke Wilhelm V took it as an act of God that the church was too small, and so he ordered the church be made bigger. And with barrel vaulting that today rivals St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, the church is free to tour. But you'll have to pay a small fee to view the crypt, where the patron duke, King Ludwig II, and others from the royal family are buried. The church is open daily, except during services. 8. Theodin Church. At Odeonplatz you will be greeted by the splendid yellow facade of the 17th century Theodin Church. This monument was designed by Italian architects in the Baroque style and took cues from Rome's Sant'Andrea della Valle. Give yourself time to marvel at the painted facade, rich with niches, reliefs, Doric columns, and Ionic pilasters. It's all the product of a holy vow given by Henriette Adelaide of Savoy, if she could give birth to a crown prince for the Elector Ferdinand Maria. Through the doors, keep an eye out for the altar with images of the evangelists from 1722, the black wooden pulpit dating to 1688, and the crypt, resting place of several members of the Wittelsbach family. 9. Heilbronn Zoo. Spread across 89 acres, Heilbronn Zoo is consistently ranked among the best zoos in Europe. Laid out in 1911, it was the first zoo in the world to have animals grouped according to where they came from. Today, more than 19,000 animals from 757 species are held in open enclosures meant to replicate the conditions of the wild, with animals that normally share habitats kept together wherever possible. Popular features include the Elephant House, the enormous 5,000 square meter free flight aviary, the Polarium, and ape houses, located adjacent to the Isar River in a designated conservation area. The zoo has many delightful footpaths, playgrounds, and picnic spots. 10. Odeonplatz. If you're planning to spend any time in the Altstadt, then you'll want to visit the Odeonplatz. This central plaza is a major landmark in the city, and it is packed with interesting and historically significant attractions. Both Ludwigstrasse and Briennerstrasse, two major thoroughfares through Munich, begin at the Odeonplatz. The plaza is also home to the Theodinenchurch, a beautiful Italian Baroque church, and the Field Marshal's Hall, also known as the Feldherrnhalle. The highlight of the Odeonplatz is the residence, a palace that is now open to the public and home to a collection of royal jewels, crowns, and family portraits.